Let's just talk about some rankings. What is going on, Headliner Nation? Jake, Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everybody's doing about as well as you possibly can right now at this point with everything going on in the world. But I figured why not take a few minutes here. Let's talk about the top 25 overall rankings for fantasy football players here in 2020. Now, let me preface this by saying it's early, right? Haven't even had the NFL draft yet, but there's a real purpose behind these videos. And let me tell you what it is. We need to establish a baseline, right? These rankings will change all the way up until kickoff here in September. Yes, glasses half full. We're planning for a football season. So why not start with a baseline and give us something that we can adjust as we move forward here in the offseason? If there's more free agency moves, more trades, after the NFL draft, things are going to change a little bit, but this is going to give us our baseline. So don't go out there and get all butthurt if you don't like where somebody's ranked. Now, with that being said, by all means, if you see somebody else that you think should be in this list, or maybe we need to adjust them, throw that down below in the comment section. We're always open to be interactive with the community. Like I said, it's just an opinion, just a starting point, not out here telling you this is how these guys are going to finish in 2020. Now, you're probably sitting there saying, Jake, I'm listening to the words coming out of your mouth, but something just doesn't seem the same. Yeah, different studio. Just because a lot of things are happening in the world nowadays doesn't mean that we're going to take back the goals that we had here in 2020. In my opinion, there's two types of people out there in the world, right? When you're faced with some pressure, do you panic or do you persevere? Personally, us over here, we're choosing to persevere and we're going to push forward with the dreams that we're chasing. That being said, new studio. A little bit of an expanded studio space. I got a little bit more room. I can do a little bit more, things here in this office, in this studio. So this is where we'll be coming from now on. Looking forward to it. Like I said, a lot more space. Hopefully you enjoy it. A little bit something different to look at. But now, let's get into some rankings. And before I do, also real quick, just a quick reminder, our draft guide is going to be for sale. Still available for pre-order. A lot of people worried about it because they're unsure of the fantasy football season. But don't be worried. If the fantasy football season entirely gets canceled, we'll refund your money. So you're not really losing anything. So if it's something you want to look forward to, it's available on our website, thefantasyheadliners.com, available for pre-order right now. But now, let's talk about some top 25 overall players for 2020. All right, so here we go. Let's start at the bottom. Starting off, number 25 overall right now is AMARI Cooper, and I can hear the Cowboys fans. They're pissed off just, 2 or 3 minutes into the video, but don't be mad. I don't hate AMARI Cooper. Dude just got paid. However, I do expect Michael Gallup to take a step forward this year. This new offense with Mike McCarthy, how exactly is that going to work? Do we see a lot more Zeke Elliott? So AMARI Cooper right now coming in 25. Number 24, Allen Robinson, Chicago Bears. Last year, career high in targets and receptions. One thing you can say about the Bears is you have no idea what their identity really is going to be. Are they a throwing team? Are they going to utilize David Montgomery more? One thing, as of right now, the most consistent option in that offense, it's Allen Robinson right now at 24. 23, Kenny Golladay, Kenny G up there for the Detroit Lions. I mean, this guy is always going to be in a pass-first offense there in Detroit. We know they're going to throw the ball. Matthew Stafford should be back under center. He is a big play machine, capable of going out there and scoring touchdowns. Now, Marvin Jones has already come out and said he wants 15 touchdowns. Yeah, well, I want like $100,000 in my bank account extra right now. Not happening. Kenny Golladay still the guy in Detroit. Got him at 23. Number 22, Cooper Kupp. A lot of people are like, why the hell is Cooper Kupp at 22? Dude killed me at times last year, and he may have. He started off super hot, got cold in the middle, really helped save people down the end with just his touchdown production. But don't forget, Brandon Cooks kind of on the way out in LA. More than likely, he may not be a Ram here in 2020, and they just got rid of Todd Gurley. Does that open up the field more for more opportunities for Cooper Kupp? As of right now, I believe it does. Got him at 22. 21 may be the highest I've ever ranked a quarterback in an overall rankings. Typically, they're nowhere near my top 25, but Lamar Jackson, with the ability to not only run the ball and the weapons that he has in this offense between Mark Andrews, I expect more from Marquise Hollywood Brown. We know about Mark Ingram in the backfield. I will not be surprised if they add another weapon here in the draft. Lamar Jackson, personally, I don't ever really take quarterbacks before the round 6 at the earliest. But if he's sitting there, round 2 or 3, end of round 2, beginning of round 3, it's going to be a thought that goes through my head. Number 20, Leonard Fournette. Can you believe last year the guy had 76 receptions out of the backfield? That is absolutely crazy, something that we hadn't seen in the past from Leonard Fournette. If he can come anywhere near those numbers, he's going to have another huge year. Got him right now 20th overall. Number 19, Kenyon Drake, Arizona Cardinals. He's only there for 1 year. Is he really trying to prove himself still for a long-term deal? Yeah, possibly, but look what this guy did in the backfield for the Arizona Cardinals second half of the season, and now he has nobody to share it with. There's no more David Johnson. You have DeAndre Hopkins on the outside now with Fitzgerald and Kirk to really pull defenders out of the box. I expect Kenyon Drake to eat. Right now, he's 19 and trending up. Number 18, maybe another head scratcher for a few of you guys. It's Juju Smith-Schuster of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember, last year, no Big Ben. They really had a carousel there at the quarterback position. Juju was not 100% healthy. If Big Ben can come back healthy, or they can sign one of these other veteran free agent quarterbacks to come in and start the season, that really benefits Juju. Don't forget, this guy's ceiling is absolutely astronomical right now. Got him at 18. Don't forget about Juju. 17. This is where the haters are going to come in, right? Because nobody on earth loves Odell Beckham Jr. And yes, he struggled last year, but remember, he was not 100% healthy. Hopefully, he's good to go by the time the season starts. It looks like he should be. A new offense with Kevin Stefanski. Baker Mayfield, outside of the Freddie Kitchens nightmare and whatever type of offense that was, this guy is still an elite talent. Right now, Odell Beckham, 17th overall. Number 16, the teammate of Odell Beckham, Nick Chubb. And if you've watched this show, I absolutely love Nick Chubb. The only reason he's not any higher is Kareem Hunt is still in that backfield as of right now, and there may be more passing in this offense under the new offense that's coming here to Cleveland. That's the only reason why he's bumped down a little bit. He could trend up. He's still inside the top 10 running backs in the NFL, but right now, overall, number 16. Number 15 is going to be Austin Ekeler, Los Angeles Chargers. And this guy was an absolute league winner for a lot of people. He really helped people start off their season strong in 2019 when there was no Melvin Gordon. Well, guess what? There's no Melvin Gordon now either. There's a chance they do add another running back at some point. However, Austin Ekeler has really proven himself that he can produce in this offense and put up big numbers. Right now, got him at 15. Number 14, Chris Godwin. All I can really say about Chris Godwin is watch out for the yak yards with Tom Brady. He doesn't have to rely on big plays. Get him the ball in space, and he can make big things happen. Those of you out there who are worried about Brady's arm strength, that doesn't really affect Chris Godwin. Right now, got him at 14th overall. 13, Josh Jacobs of the Oakland Raiders, and maybe one of my favorite players to watch here in the preseason to see where he starts to be drafted here come draft time. Last year, this kid only had 27 targets in the passing game. It was one of the reasons why I wasn't 100% on board with Josh Jacobs in 2019. I didn't know if they were going to commit to him in this passing game. Well, while I was at the Combine, I heard firsthand out of the mouth of Mike Mayock, who was like 4 feet away from me, saying how they are going to utilize Josh Jacobs more here in his sophomore year and look for him to be more involved in the passing game. Got him bumped up right now, 13th overall. Number 12, DeAndre Hopkins, now a member of the Arizona Cardinals, which is still weird to say, but he joins this air raid offense of Cliff Kingsbury, who we saw last year at times can be really exciting to watch. We get Kyler Murray in the second year of this system. I'm expecting big offensive things for the Arizona Cardinals. Do I expect them to be Super Bowl contenders? No, they're not going to be, but on the offensive side of the football, they're going to be exciting. And DeAndre Hopkins, despite having other weapons here for him to contend with, he's still going to lead the team in targets, and he's arguably one of the best wide receivers in football. Got him right now, 12th overall here in the top 25. Number 11, Julio Jones, Atlanta Falcons. Do you know Julio Jones has had at least 1,300 receiving yards in 6 straight seasons? And he's never had less than 129 targets in a year. I love Julio Jones. Now, yes, Calvin Ridley's out there. No more Austin Hooper. They brought in Hayden Hurst. Does that really matter? We don't know so much about that yet. Todd Gurley in the backfield. However, at times they utilized the running game in Atlanta. They just couldn't keep their running backs healthy. One thing is certain in the Atlanta Falcons offense, though. Julio Jones is going to be involved. The biggest question mark every year, how many touchdowns does he get? But if the dude's going to go out there, get you 100 receptions, right around 1,300 yards receiving, I'll take it all day long if I can get a handful of touchdowns. Number 10, Joe Mixon, Cincinnati Bengals. He really turned it on the end of 2019. He'll now have a somewhat improved offensive line, right? First round pick last year, Jonah Williams. He'll be back. We should see Joe Burrow under center. The franchise tag to AJ Green. Is he healthy? Are there enough weapons on the outside with Green and Boyd to really pull away that defense and give Joe Mixon an opportunity? Because if you watched football at all, the end of 2019, Joe Mixon looked like a different player. He was playing on a different level. It's like the game just clicked to him. I expect big things from Joe Mixon this year. Got him 10th overall. Number 9, Tyreek Hill, Kansas City Chiefs, obviously one of the best wide receivers in football. Doesn't sound like Sammy Watkins will be back with the Kansas City Chiefs. What does that do to the targets of Tyreek Hill? Well, they still have, the likes of Travis Kelce, Mecole Hardman in his second year. They just re-signed Demarcus Robinson. There's other options there for the Chiefs. However, we know Tyreek Hill doesn't need to go out there and catch 115 balls to have a great fantasy season. The guy is a big play waiting to happen and meshes great with Patrick Mahomes. Right now, got him at number 9. Number 8 may be the lowest I've ever ranked Ezekiel Elliott, and partially it's because of the whole Mike McCarthy effect. Do you remember when he was in Green Bay? We found ourselves every single year saying we need to free Aaron Jones because he just didn't get that opportunity. Now, yes, for the money they're paying Ezekiel Elliott, he's going to get more of a chance, but how much more do we see of Tony Pollard maybe this year? Do they rely on the passing game a little bit more with AMARI Cooper and Michael Gallup on the other side? These are entirely possible. At times, Zeke may not see that huge volume, and for that reason, I bumped him down a few spots, but he's still somebody who could creep inside the top 5 by the time we get to draft time. Number 7, Devontae Adams, Green Bay Packers. I do expect the Packers to add another wide receiver. They added Devin Funchess, but that doesn't count because Devin Funchess sucks. Do not be surprised if they draft a wide receiver in this deep wide receiver class. That could take away a few of the targets. We have kind of been underwhelmed in the past years with Geronimo Allison at times in the past and MVS. They just couldn't ever take that step forward. Jimmy Graham no longer there. Devontae Adams is always going to get his opportunities. However, if they add another wide receiver, it could take away a few targets. Right now, got him at number 7. Number 6, Alvin Kamara. And if I'm being completely honest, I love Alvin Kamara here in 2020. The guy was not 100% healthy in 2019. He said that, and he looked like he wasn't 100%. Well, now he should be plenty healthy going into 2020, and the guy is averaging 100 targets a year out of the backfield. If you're in a PPR league, with these being half-point PPR rankings, Drew Brees, nearing the end of his career, they're going to do whatever they can to get them to the Super Bowl. Alvin Kamara is going to be a big, key piece to that. I got him all the way up right now at number 6 and trending up. Number 5, Michael Thomas just absolutely blitzed the NFL last year. Nobody could touch him as far as wide receivers go. And as of right now, there's really no reason to bump him down that much. Yes, they added Emmanuel Sanders, but we know Michael Thomas is going to be the top target of Drew Brees in this offense. The touchdown upside is there, the big play opportunities are there, and the receptions and volume are there. He's going to be my wide receiver 1 going into 2020 as of right now at least, and overall, got him at number 5. Number 4, Derrick Henry, Tennessee Titans, last year's rushing leader, and why is he at number 4? Well, they lost Jack Conklin on that offensive line, and that is going to be a big key to their offensive line that they lose. Now, overall, as an entire unit, still a very strong offensive line, and we know this offense is going to be committed to Derrick Henry. He's going to see a lot of volume. No Dion Lewis in that backfield now. The guy is going to be littered with carries and touches on a weekly basis. Can't offer you too much in the passing game. However, it would not surprise me to see a slight uptick in targets for Derrick Henry here in 2020. Got him right now, 4th overall. Number 3, Saquon Barkley, New York Giants. A lot of people disappointed in Barkley in 2019, but his offensive line slightly improved. You got Danny Dimes in his second year of his career, taking the next step forward in this offense. But most importantly, he's healthy. Don't forget that Saquon Barkley had a pretty bad high ankle sprain that he made look fairly simple in 2019, and he played through a lot of pain, missed a few weeks. However, at the end of the season, once he got healthy, if you had Saquon Barkley, he really helped you in the fantasy playoffs because once again, he showed you what he was capable of when he's 100% healthy. Number 2, Dalvin Cook, Minnesota Vikings. And if you've watched the channel for, a few years now, you know we love Dalvin Cook. He was one of our must-haves last year. The guy played great. Why is he so high again when he's starting to drop for a lot of people? Well, they no longer have Stephon Diggs on the outside, right? Yes, they're going to replace that position. More than likely, would not surprise me if they draft another wide receiver here in the 2020 NFL Draft. But this offense is going to have to go through Dalvin Cook once again. He's explosive, and he can make big plays happen. He's involved in the passing game, out of the backfield. He's going to see the touches. A lot of people want to bring up the health concerns once again, but you can say that about every running back in the NFL. They can all get hurt on any given play, but Dalvin Cook is pretty dang explosive, and somebody who I'm looking to repeat some huge numbers in 2020. Got him number 2. Number 1, Christian McCaffrey, and I'm pretty sure that doesn't surprise anybody whatsoever at all. I mean, the guy has 223 receptions over his last 2 seasons combined, and now he has Teddy Bridgewater under center, who's known for not throwing the ball down the field. We could see a lot of checkdowns to Christian McCaffrey, no competition for carries in the backfield. He's definitely somebody who has proven here over the last couple of seasons that he's capable of going out there and getting you 2,000 total yards, double-digit touchdowns, PPR gold. Absolutely love Christian McCaffrey. Once again, he should eat in the offense of the Carolina Panthers. All right, so like I said, it's early, right? It's still way too early, but these are the top 25 players as of right now, in my opinion, heading into 2020 fantasy football. They're going to change. Once again, these are not set in stone. This is just something to give us a baseline to move forward with. But we're interactive over here, right? If you look at a lot of our videos, we try to respond to almost every comment on every video that we possibly can. So let's do this together. Let's come up with the best possible rankings as a community. Maybe you see something differently. By all means, put it down below. We do not sit up here and say that we're experts. There's no such thing as an expert in fantasy football. There's analysts. There's people who just spend a little bit more time on it than others. But there's no such thing as an expert. Together, though, as a community, I have no doubt that we can put together the best possible rankings for all of us to have a successful season. Once again, it's glass half full over here, right? A lot of crap going on in the world, and we want to make sure that we're not paying attention to that. We're trying to have some fun, give ourselves, something to take our mind off the day-to-day, and that's what this is all about. Quick reminder, draft guide still for sale there on the website. Go check that out. And I'm just looking forward to interacting with you guys, talking a little bit more. There's more videos coming out. We're also going to be doing rankings on individual positions, myself and Kyle. So those videos, they'll be coming out pretty soon. So make sure you take a look out for those. Hit that subscribe button, the little notification bell. That way you know as soon as it drops, and you can get your information as soon as you humanly want. So hopefully everybody's doing all right out there. Stay safe, stay clean, wash your hands, wash your butt, do whatever you got to do. We'll talk to you later. Have a good day.